So this is the second video in a two-part tutorial series that is part of my PDF for how to make these lace and fabric books. And I'm going to be showing you how to make this colored and antiqued seam binding. So here's just some more examples of some of the looks that you can get. And to make this, you're going to need seam binding. I used Hug Snug. You're going to need a bottle of water, some spray inks. These are by Tattered Angels and they're called Glimmer Mist. You can also use pre-colored seam binding. It comes in all different colors, so you'll just get a little bit different look by using the pre-colored seam binding. And you're going to need some instant coffee. So let's get started. Take your spray bottle and just give it a good spray. Not soaking, but just pretty damp. And then I'm going to use two different colors. I'm going to use this green. I'm going to use this blue. So once you have the amount of color that you think you want on there, maybe just a little bit more green. Give it another little spritz of water. And now pull out your coffee crystals. You just need a little bit in your hand. And I usually like to scrunch it up because it kind of breaks it up a little bit. And you get messy hands, but it washes right off, so no worries. And then depending on the amount of coffee that you use will determine how dark and kind of distressed your seam binding gets. So you're going to want to crinkle it all up, set it out in the sun to dry, or you can put it on the lowest temperature in your oven. If you're maybe doing this in the winter time and it won't dry or it'll freeze outside, you can put it in your oven. Just check on it every once in a while, kind of fluff it up, squish it back together again, and let it keep drying. And I will be back to show you what it looks like when it's all dry. So here we are with the binding all dry and ready to use in a project. And this is actually the same color combination that I did use on the binding for the book that I'm teaching as a PDF tutorial. And here's another example of some blue-gray binding that I used in the same application. So they're pretty fun to use for projects. But I did think that I'd like to show you how it looks when you use the pre-colored seam binding. So this is a really pretty pink. So we'll just get some water going on this one. I love instant coffee. Okay, we'll just smush it on there. I really like it when the chunks of the coffee just kind of stay on there, and as it dries you get this really great mottled effect, kind of like on this one where you can see, you know, where the heavy coffee just kind of really stained it and gave it that really neat old distressed look. So that is ready to go, I think. And let me just show you an application that I did for that, and that would be this trim on the book. So after it's all dry, that's what it'll look like. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed my little video tutorial, and if you're interested in going and looking at the PDF book, I will put a link to it at the bottom of this video. So until next time, happy crafting!